kind of highlight the preschool a little early this year. Normally do it in May, but we have somebody else come in, and so we have with us this morning Sarah, our 3-4 teacher and administrator, and we have Heindel.
I am a Heindel.
You are a Heindel, yes. We have Hannah, who is the aide, and we have Faith, who is the preschool teacher. So welcome, guys. So here's one, and you guys can share, and whoever wants to speak, and all that type of stuff. So, so what's been going on the preschool this year?
Nothing boring.
Nothing boring?
That's a good way to put it.
So we have actually had a few of our students have moved. So our numbers we actually have the same in the pre-K as in the 3 and 4s right now. We have 9 in each class currently. So we had our winter program was rescheduled from the big snowstorm. So that's under our belt now. We're focusing on graduation coming up in May, which will be here soon, very soon. Too soon, yes. And I think we have a couple students who are kind of on the fence yet if they're ready for kindergarten. So we should have somewhere between, I think, 7 to 8 graduating.
Okay.
And
Right?
you said I should have at least 5 in my class.
Currently with our,
enrolled.
we're getting our enrollments from our current families coming back in. So currently we have, I think, 5 to 6 enrolled in the pre-K, and we have less in the 3-4s at the moment. But so enrollment is open. So if you know of anybody who's looking for preschool, send them our way. We'd be happy to have them.
Yeah. Inside your bulletin is information about the preschool. Then on the flip side is a registration form. And so feel free to give that out. We ran a special last year. We're going to do it again this year. I don't know. You want to talk about, you want me to? Yeah. So I
don't know that anyone took us up on our offer, so I don't think it applied to anybody.
Yeah.
But I think the board, we had decided that if you refer, like if you're a current student or you are associated with a current student, you refer someone that comes, that student would get a credit on their tuition, right? Is that what we did? I'm not even sure because I don't think anybody did it.
If you refer a friend
Yes.
and they enroll their child, so I refer Hannah, and Hannah enrolls Simeon, then I would get my registration fee will go towards my tuition costs.
Yeah, you would get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, yeah.
Yeah. Smart, get it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, so anyway, there's information about that.
I don't know that anyone referred anybody last year, though, so I don't think we.
I don't think anybody took us up on that last year.
No.
Which
So
is,
we'd love to honor that offer, so refer your friends.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. You should have had a set of questions.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have agreed to that.
You guys are fine. Walk us through like a typical day in preschool, in your class,
Okay, so in my class, we'll go down the stairs after getting, like, all gathering in the morning. We'll go downstairs and we'll start circle time right away. We'll read a story, then we go to table time. After table time, we go to our gym time or outside time. It's been gym a lot lately because how cold it is. We haven't been going outside. We did make it outside once last week.
Yes.
They enjoyed that thoroughly.
Yes, they did.
But so we'll either do our playtime outside or in the gym. Then we go to snack after we use the bathroom and wash our hands. And after snack, I either have an art project for them to do on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or on Wednesdays we do music. That's when you will hear chaos from my room, just pure loud music, kids singing.
I hear
Yeah.
nothing.
I'm surprised.
I was being
Yeah.
sarcastic. No,
You probably heard the musical instruments
it
the
is all
other
good.
week.
It is all
that
good.
was a wild time.
Yes, it's all good.
So it's music, and then after our art or our music time, we wrap up our day by having our learning centers or playtime. I try to throw in some centers to that from time to time where I'll pull a group and play a game with them to kind of work on academics during their playtime.
Cool.
I have a similar schedule, just a little bit. We do things at a little bit different time to allow Hannah to kind of bounce back and forth and help us out. So Hannah usually always helps us when we're outside or in the gym. So we always have two at that time. Bounces back and forth a lot with snack, helping pass that out. And then also usually with crafts, it's always good to have extra hands during those times. So my day typically starts, we kind of do our learning centers and free playtime in first thing in the morning. And then we have our snack time, and then we do our circle time, which is when typically our circle time is where we focus on, we have a theme usually for the month. Sometimes it's two themes throughout the month. We'll change it, and we have a letter that we focus on. Usually we try to do a letter a week. Sometimes it's two based on weather or what we're doing. We focus on a color and a shape, and we always have a Bible verse that we're working on, and a Bible story each week that usually tries to coincide something with our theme or with the letter. We usually try to find a Bible story that will kind of reiterate some of those themes or whatever we're working on. And so circle time is kind of where we really hone in on those things. We obviously incorporate them throughout our other, but that's kind of like when we really focus on those. And then my class would do table time, which is usually something to focus on one of those skills, whether it's the letter or the shape, or we also do a number. I don't know if I said that, but we do a number. And then after our table time, my class goes either outside or plays in the gym. And then we have either art or music kind of at the end of our day.
Okay.
So our schedules are a little bit, we essentially do the same things, just different times to allow, since we only have one aide, to kind of bounce back and forth to help us out.
Yeah. And yeah.
No, you did great. I'm always running. So.
I was going to say, are you busy during the day, or do you just sit there just like, man, I am so bored?
Tuesdays and Thursdays are definitely the busiest days because we have both classes. And because the 3-4 class has just enrolled like two very young 3-year-olds, they're getting used to what the class dynamic looks like. So I have been spending a lot more time in her classroom compared to Faith's, where Faith's class, the kids, because we're getting towards the end of the school year, have matured and they understand the dynamic and understand the flow of the classroom a lot better. So I don't have to necessarily be with Faith as much. Obviously, that changes from day to day. We have a couple of behavioral students who sometimes need to be taken out of the classroom because they just need a break. Or potty breaks, that's always a big thing. So my days, I'm always running from the get-go. And then towards the end of the day, I take like 15 minutes to clean up trash and just check the bathrooms and spot clean them. So that's my day is on the run from the go. So.
Yeah.
And I try to help the teachers wherever they need it. So like if they need me to run to get something or whatever, or cutting out for projects.
Or
I
like
do that
you
too.
stuff my folders every morning,
Yes.
so on the few days like you're not there, I'm like, oh, I gotta make sure that
Yeah.
gets done. I'm like,
Yes.
I was going to say that that's one thing that I've appreciated with you, Anna. You're very good at helping those students that have behavioral issues. You're very good at getting them to, getting them back on track, which has been very helpful.
7 years as a teacher in classroom with lots of behavioral issues in the past is
Yes.
very helpful with that experience.
Yes, yes. So thank you very much for that, and yes. You have talked a little bit about some of the Christian elements. So, you know, we are a Christian preschool. We emphasize that. That's one of our main things we focus on. So, what other Christian elements like? So, the kids are learning a Bible verse each week, right?
Each month.
Usually we
Or-
try to do a Bible verse for the whole month.
The whole month.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then incorporating the Bible stories in with your lessons. And,
Yeah, so we do Bible stories weekly. We a lot of times have a lot of Bible songs that coincide with our stories, or we're just teaching different, kind of like those iconic Sunday school Bible songs that kids, a lot of them don't know anymore.
Sure.
So we do those.
Yeah.
So that's fun. And then we always pray before we have our snack time. I always start my circle time, like we always pray to start our day. Just kind of, praying over the kids. We try to incorporate our 3 rules of preschool: being kind, being safe, and doing our best. And so kind of just helping them understand, how to treat one another. And so try to bring those aspects in, and each one of those coincide with a Bible verse that we, have posted in our classrooms and talk about too. So I don't know if you have any other, it's kind of what I do in my classroom.
Yeah, mine's pretty similar, so.
Yeah. What do you think makes Graceland distinct from other preschools in this area?
That's a good question.
I think obviously our, the Christian values that we try to instill, that we want to teach the kids, I think is a good thing. I think I've heard this from a lot of our families, our tuition costs are one of the lowest ones around for other preschools. And so I know that that's very helpful for a lot of our families. I think also, I know our preschool board, and I would too, we would love to see higher enrollment, but I also think that the smaller class sizes is appealing to a lot of families, because obviously we need higher enrollments for, sustaining the preschool, but also just the smaller class sizes that we have, I think helps. You can really build good relationships with the students and with the families, and I think a lot of them, for the most part, at least since my time being here, a lot of the ones when they start in the 3-4, then they continue into the pre-K before they, graduate and go on to kindergarten. So you really get to build relationships with those students, their siblings, and the families. So I think that's, I don't know. That was something that I appreciated when my kids went through Graceland before I even started, working with the preschool as staff. So that was something that my husband and I really appreciated. So I don't know. That would be from a parent standpoint, and
Yeah.
I think as staff, I don't know.
Yeah.
It
that's
also
good.
seems like our enrollment process is easier than most. We know that we had one student, she only came for about a month, but she came in the middle of the year, but booked her spot at the beginning of the year. And apparently, compared to every other place, they would have made her pay every month until she got here. And we were the only one that were like, yeah, you don't have to pay until you get here to hold your spot. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were a military family trying to transition here from Texas, and then they actually got relocated already. So they weren't here very long, but they were very appreciative of just the values and the fact that we were willing to work with them and be understanding of their circumstances with the military, not knowing when they're going to move or where they're going to be. So.
Yeah. And that's some of the hard tension, right? The preschool is a school that needs to kind of run on its own, sustain itself, but yet it's also a ministry of our church, right? Like we're meeting the needs of those in our community, and we want to continually do that, and so there is this tension of like we want to keep tuition affordable. We want to be able to work with people and help them out, and yet we also need money for the staff, and like because you guys don't do this for free, and nor do we want you to do it for free, and so yeah, it's I think you guys are helping to thread that needle well, or carry that tension well.
I think also I've seen throughout the year parents appreciating the grace that we give sometimes of like understanding circumstances. Like sometimes they can't get tuition in right away, and they're like, and then they explain it to us, and they're like, okay, no late fees, you're fine, you don't have to worry about it. And so I think that's also where we're a little bit different, where we actually give some grace, and we don't bend the rules, but we say under circumstances,
Correct.
we will understand. So
Yeah, yeah. Like we want this to benefit the people,
right.
And so, fine, we'll work with you. We'll try to help you.
Yeah.
Even if like I know if a parent can't afford all of the tuition and whatnot, we're willing to work with people. Why? Because we want to bless them. We want to serve them as well, right? And so, anything else you want to share about your experience, or put a plug in for anything?
I was going to say, the Lord is calling me away from the preschool. I know I've only been with you guys for 1 year, but the Lord has taught me things throughout that year, not necessarily about teaching, but personally. And my husband and I believe that I'm supposed to be at home with Simeon. And so that has become more and more clear throughout the school year. And so be in prayer for the preschool, that we would be able to find an aide who is going to benefit the school as
Sure.
well. And that it wouldn't hurt the students too much that are going to be
Sure.
coming back. But yeah, so we just wanted to put that little plug out there that we're looking, and so
Okay.
keep that in your prayers.
Okay. All right. So just so you know, we haven't scared her away.
No.
So.
And the students love Miss Hannah. Miss Hannah and Simeon were sick, and she was out for an entire week. And the students were very, very concerned about where is Miss Hannah? When is Miss Hannah coming? They loved our subs. We have great subs too, but I'm not sure how. I've also been in contact with some of the ladies on our sub list, and they're kind of in this position where some of them are not sure that they're going to want to continue subbing next year as well. So I guess it'd be a plug too, that if you're interested in being a sub for us, whether that be, usually it could be a sub for one of us as the teacher or a sub for the aide. So that would be something we're also looking for as well. It's not a hard process if you want to be a sub. And generally speaking, I know one of the years I was here, we did have somebody who had to have surgery. So that kind of made it more of a long-term sub position. But we're hoping that that's not the case for next year or the years to come. But so yeah, if you have interest in that, then yeah, definitely let us know. So
If you love kids and you love making a relationship with kids, this is definitely a job for you. I was gone for that whole week. I was back on Tuesday, and I had multiple kids that as soon as they saw me walk in the door, they didn't even take their book bags and coats. They were just, Miss Hannah! And they ran and gave me hugs. So, yeah. So if this is a job, if you love kids, you want to make relationships with them, and it's 3 mornings a week. It's really quite easy.
Yeah.
Quote unquote easy.
and even with a schedule, it's never the same day twice.
No, not at all.
Yes.
So.
A sub or an aide, you would need to be background checked. And we do ask, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if any of the board members want to correct me on this, because I haven't actually had to hire a sub. We've had subs, so this is new for me, but I'm pretty sure you have to be 18, I think, to be on the sub list. I don't know if any of the board members want to jump in and.
Don't they have to do the Ohio?
Yeah, so you would have to have first aid CPR, 18, and high
Background
school
check.
graduation
Yeah,
or high school diploma.
graduate.
Correct.
And then you would also have to do a couple classes through the Ohio State. The state requires you to take a couple of classes, but they're not hard, and you could probably get them all done within a day. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Just some of the state requirements, but it's not anything that's overwhelming and you can kind of do it at your own pace. It's not like you have to go away anywhere to take any classes or do anything that way. So
Right.
fingerprint, make sure your background checked, and that's, I think.
And
much.
and the preschool covers all that cost, so it's not
Right.
a cost to you. And I'm gonna throw this out there. For like subs and whatnot, there's no requirement that says you have to be a woman. You can be a man if you would like to do those things. If it fits in your normal work schedule, like know that this is a very part-time thing. Like you can't like make a living off of this. So, but I know some people work seconds or thirds, and if you feel like you can do this as well, I don't think we would shy anybody away. I think it might actually be good if some men showed up in the preschool classroom sometimes. Peter, you're not allowed to. So.
But one of my students is obsessed with Peter. Every time they see him walk by, she wants to give him a hug.
He's allowed to help out. He just can't be a permanent sub or a teacher. So, but yeah. So just put that out there. But yeah, by all means, spread that around and whatnot. So, thank you all very much for all that you do for the preschool. I know the year's not done yet, and whatnot, but we really do appreciate all that you guys pour into the kids, pour into the families, and it is very much needed. Let me pray for the preschool. We'll close with the last song, and then we're done. Father, I just want to thank you for Sarah and Faith and Hannah. Thank you for all that they pour into GraceLand Preschool. Thank you for their heart for the kids. We ask your blessing upon them, upon their families. Lord, may you continue to give them the strength and the wisdom to teach and to lead the preschool. May you continue to pour out your blessing upon GraceLand, financially, with students, with help. Lord, all that is needed to run this ministry, may you continue to provide for and bless and lead us in what is yet to come, Lord. We thank you ahead of that, knowing that you have sustained us all these years, and you are the one who will continue to sustain this ministry. So thank you for GraceLand. May it continue to bring glory to your name, Lord, we pray. Amen. Amen. Thank you, guys.